That's acceptable. That's fine. That's acceptable. Jarris Walker, good pick.
So right here, we'll talk about Bilal Coulibaly in DC. What do you think of that? I like this pick. We were caught in the crossfire thinking that it was, he was going over to Indiana, but then it turns out he was going to the Wizards as they flip picks, and the Pacers take themselves Jarris Walker, which is a good fit. But let's talk about my Wizards taking Bilal Coulibaly, which I personally really like that. I thought that was a good pickup for us, and it makes sense.
Oh
But
yeah, for the Wizards, that's good. That's good.
and he right now with our core, Jordan Poole being like I've said this, Jordan Poole's like Eric Gordon in the first Chris Paul trade. He's going to be a guy that we hope to keep around for
Yeah.
5 years, and down the road we trade him, or he maybe becomes like an all-star or something along those lines for us, and becomes really vital to our organization. And Bilal Coulibaly will complement him in transition and be a guy that we can use in the fast break, and he'll push the pace for us, which will be really nice. And I think it'll be something that our team will really, really like, especially if we keep Corey Kespert and Denny Avdia, because I can already see Jordan Poole, Corey Kespert, Bilal Coulibaly, Denny
Yeah.
Avdia, and Daniel Gafford as our starting lineup. And I'm not complaining right there. Not saying we're a playoff team, but we wouldn't be the most miserable looking basketball team on the court. And I think it's something Wes Unseld Jr. can operate with. And again, as a
So
Wizard,
so Jarris Walker for the Pacers.
yeah, we'll
That
talk
is a good.
about. Let's talk about that in a second, but let me hear your thoughts. What's Bilal Coulibaly? Do you think this is a risky pick by my Wizards, or do you think it's a good flip, because we're obviously going to probably get some compensation for this in terms of the
I think it's a great pick because
not not
have
compensation.
no.
We didn't probably give up too much.
I think it's a great pick because I do not have a problem with the Wizards and getting Coulibaly with who else is on the board. I had a problem with the Pacers passing up on the two front court guys to get him because it didn't make sense for their team. This is fine. This
Yeah.
makes sense for the Wizards.
Yeah, they missed
This
out, and we missed out right here on our guy Anthony Black. So we go out and we get ourselves a guy that we think could be a good substitute. So I think right there, it ends up being, a win-win situation where we don't have to worry too much about like, oh, we missed out on a high potential guy, where in this case, hey, we actually got ourselves a guy that might have just as good much
might be
as,
better than Anthony Black.
yeah, he has high potential. So I'm not really mad at this move, and we probably had to move up from 8 to 7 because there was other teams probably offering the Pacers, offers, and we had to act on it.
Spurs.
So that's good. And let's move
The Spurs could have been